Alright, the Apprentice week 2, baby! 4:30 in the morning, Lord Sugar's people call up the crib. Levi picks up. They're like, hey, listen, Lord Sugar wants you to meet him at the Paddington Bear Experience in London. The cars are gonna pick you up in 20 minutes. Everybody gets up, they're getting ready, brushing their teeth, hitting the showers, getting their hair did, suits, ties, all that, dripped out. They get to the Paddington Bear Experience and yo, it looks wholesome. Listen, I love me some Paddington, man. I enjoyed the books when I was a kid. The movies are banging. And yo, Paddington is on my laptop, bro. You know what I'm saying? And currently I live in London, so I should really go check it out. And yo, there's also that musical that came out, right? Listen, if you've been to the Paddington Bear Experience or you've seen the musical, please share with the rest of the class in the comments. Let us know if you had a good time. So, Tim's there, the candidates are all crammed up in there. Hey, Baroness Brady. They get this children's storybook with some charming illustrations in it. They pop this little Lord Sugar toy in the thingy, and Lord Sugar's voice starts reading his story. Like, once upon a time, there was a clever businessman. So, the task is they have to write a story for 4 to 6-year-olds. They have to bang out a book and the audio version to go with it. They'll pitch them to retailers, and the team that bags the most orders wins. Now, the girls lost 2 members in the last episode, so they have to pick one of the boys to join their team. It's like, what? You know what I'm saying? It's never been done before. This is not how they do it. So the girls huddle up, you know what I'm saying? They're whispering like, yo, Levi's got a kid, so it's gotta be Levi. They're like, yup, we're going with Levi. Levi looks chuffed, man, walking over there like, I don't know what you heard about me. Now, here's the thing. Strategy-wise, I think it's a boss move to go for a dude who's a dad. Look, I'm the dad myself, and the amount of kids' books I've read is insane. But just because you've consumed loads of kids' media doesn't mean you know how to create it. Just because you've listened to a million songs doesn't mean you can pick up a guitar and play a masterpiece. You feel me? But yo, I believe in you, Levi. You know what I'm saying? Us dads gonna stick together. Big up the dads. So, they got 2 days to complete the task. Project managers. In the boys team, Markus is like, yo, I want to put myself forward as the project manager. I got a 4-year-old kid. It's crazy, right? Because when the girls were asked to pick one of the guys, they all went for Levi. Like, yo, Levi's got a kid. We got to go for Levi. The whole time, Markus also has a kid, right? So either my man doesn't bring the kid up in casual conversation and the girls had no idea, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe they looked at him and went, hey, that brother doesn't look like he's super involved in his kid's life. Like, maybe he has a kid, but he only sees them on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I don't think that. That's not what I'm saying. It's the girls. It's the girls who are thinking that in this hypothetical scenario that I've created. Kieran's like, I also want to put my name forward. You know what I'm saying? I low-key let you boys down last week. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go as hard as I could have. Let me make it up to y'all. Let me help us win this thing. They vote on it, and obviously everybody goes for Markus. Kieran looks a little bummed out. Like, bro, what did you expect? In the girls' team, Andrea puts herself forward. She's like, I have 5 kids. I'm a school governor. I've got a background in preschool. I've got personal experience with a kid's book. You know what I'm saying? It was low-key a major hit. No one else even throws their name in the ring. Because what's the point? Homegirl was born for this task, okay? She's a little too qualified if you ask me. Alright, so now they gotta, come up with an actual story, alright? So they're like, alright. Harry's like, look, I have an idea. I'm thinking of a giraffe. His name's Gino. He's got a spaceship and he's on a mission, and his end goal is to get home and take a dump. Now, here's the thing, right? The age range is between 4 to 6. They're not doing that Percy Jackson at that age. Between 3 to 5 is when they're kind of locking in on being fully potty trained and that. And kids find farts and poop hilarious, right? So my man might be on to something, but they have to flesh out the story. Lawrence with a straight face. Lawrence, right? Lawrence with a straight face, like he's being serious. He says this with chest. He's like, are we gonna go through the... He goes, are we gonna go through all the planets until we get to Uranus? He's like, are we gonna go through all the planets until we get to Uranus? Everyone's like, nah. Time and place, my boy. Time and place. Connor's like, yo, why is it? Connor's like, why is it even gotta be a? Connor's like, why is it even gotta be a giraffe though? Why can't he be a human being in space? And we can call him Astro. You know what I'm saying? Like a little boy. You know why it's gotta be a giraffe, Connor? You know why? Because animated giraffes are adorable. The knees are all bendy. They got the ridiculous neck. You know what I'm saying? And having a giraffe in space with an astronaut helmet on, you know, bursting for a poop is hilarious and whimsical. But having a random kid called Astro, right, who instead of blasting aliens is like, nah, where's the bathroom at? It's not as whimsical, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yo, no one shuts him down. So I guess we're going with, you know, a random kid in space trying to poop. Kieran's like, yo, we could use the whole Goldilocks and the Three Bears thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this toilet's too big and this one's too small. Everyone's like, yeah, we're cooking. That's what's up. In the girls' room, Andrea's like, yo, we should cook up a story about starting school and, you know, being nervous, anxious, all that. Roxanne's like, yo, I have an idea. It's about a zebra, got no stripes. He goes through the jungle, meets a bunch of different animals, and they each hook him up with a stripe. And he ends up with like this multicolored stripe situation going on. Andrea's like, yo, that's a dope idea, but it's not touching on the themes of starting a new school and, you know, being nervous and stuff. What if we have a zebra, right? We have a zebra as the main character, but he's worried about, you know, what he's gonna have for lunch. Yo, it low-key sounds like two different ideas. I'm thinking, yo, we need more brainstorming, ladies, okay? Because there's definitely a dope story in there somewhere. But then they're like, yeah, we got it. Let's get to work. Okay. In the boys team, Markus is like, yo, we're gonna need a story team and a design team. So in the story team, we got Markus himself, we got Tan, Harry, Lawrence, and Connor, okay? The rest of the gang, they're on the design team. Sub-team leader is gonna be Kieran, right? Dan's like, what? What you mean? Why Kieran? He don't got no design experience. Lawrence is like, raw. So what? Are you putting yourself forward? Dan's like, hell yeah, I'm putting myself forward. I run a design agency, bro. I deal with brands all the time. This is what I do. Markus is like, listen, bro, we don't have a lot of time. Respect the decision, okay? The sub-team leader is going to be Kieran, bro. Dan's like, all right, whatever. This whole little exchange was unnecessary, bro. Waste of time, okay? Like, I get why Markus picked Kieran. Kieran wanted to be project manager. He's got a lot to prove. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He's hungry, okay? I pick him too. Now, Dan, I ain't gonna hold you. He's got more experience, and that's a good thing. He can be an asset to the team, but he doesn't have to be the sub-team leader. You know what I'm saying? I'd feel some type of way if I was Kieran, man. I ain't gonna hold you. Because, bro, if you wanted it that bad, you should have spoken up at the beginning. When we were looking for the project manager, you should have thrown your hat in the ring. You should have said, look, I run a design agency. You know what I'm saying? I think I could captain the ship and help everybody lock in a brilliant design for the book. You should have said that at the beginning with confidence and passion. And most of the dudes would have probably voted for you. You know what I'm saying? And you'd have been the project manager. But you waited until Kieran got appointed a sub-team leader to be like, actually, I think I'd be better. Come on, man. That sounds like hating to me. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like you're low-key being a hater, bro. The girls do it differently, man. Civilized. Andrea's like, who wants to be on the story team? A few of them put their hands up. She's like, I bet. Then everybody else gets to be on the design team. Karishma puts herself forward as sub-team leader. She has experience with illustration and design. Andrea's like, cool, the position's yours. Hey, yo, the girls are functioning like a well-oiled machine. If they keep this up, man, they are going to wipe the floor with the boys. Both teams lock in, all right? The design teams rock up to the publishing house. The girls are like, all right, what are we thinking in terms of the name? Roxanne's like, look, it's a zebra, so we got to go with a name that starts with Z. You know what I'm saying? How about Zibari? You know what I'm saying? They're like, all right, yeah, lock that in, that's it. Zibari, that's the name. The boys already got a name, right? Astro the Astronaut. They got the artist there. Kieran's like, all right, let's draw the astronaut's body. He's like, yo, let's have him have one leg up like this. Everybody else is like trying to throw in their ideas, and Kieran's like, everybody shush, zip it, all right? He's like, these are the colors I want. Let's go for a red cuff, red neck, and red boots. And the main body, it's gotta be orange. Now, listen, I don't want to be a hater, okay? I don't know much about color theory and design and all that, but I don't think red and orange have that dope of a contrast. Like, personally, I'd bang out like a green or blue, you know what I'm saying? Yo, if we've got any peeps who are like experts with color coordination and that, please let us know in the comments. Educate the rest of the congregation, please. Dan jumps in like, yo, I associate them colors with being in prison. Kieran's like, yo, they kids, bro. They don't know nothing about no prison. He's like, let's make the flag green. Back with the other teams, they're cooking up the stories. The girls are talking over each other. Ideas are flying all over the place, and they're struggling to even nail down the first page, bro. They eventually get there, but it's intense, and they're shouting. Andrea's crashing out. She's like, yo, shut your mouths, okay? You shut up, shut up. She's like, we need to finish the story. We need to finish this. We need to wrap it up. Pasha's like, bro, I don't like how rude and unprofessional Andrea got in the end there. The design team are cooking up the look of the zebra. And yo, low-key looks adorable. Like, he's got the big eyes and the cute glasses. Oh, he's so cute. Oh. The boys have done up some sketch drawings to like help bang out the illustrations. The girl design team is pissed off because they've received the story and they think it sucks. They're like, yo, this is not funny. It's not creative. Vanessa's like, yo, I swear homegirl said she'd written a book before. It must have been a coloring book because this is a travesty. Hey, yo, Vanessa, chill. Shots fired. They do their best with the story, and you know what? I ain't gonna hold you. The illustration kind of looks cool, man. The way they've sorted out the text and all that, it looks good. It looks good. Like if you were in the library kids section, I could see this book on the shelf. The story teams go to the studio to record the audio versions of the book. And yo, the more I hear the recording of the boy's story, the more I realize how much the story sucks, bro. Like, what? All right, so the challenge was to come up with a kid's book for kids aged 4 to 6. The boy's idea is, look, it's a 5-year-old boy called Astro who goes through space. He wants to poop. He meets 3 aliens. It's like a Goldilocks and the 3 bears type thing. He poops, the end, okay? I think we can fix it. I think we can fix it. Forget the astronaut thing, okay? Astro's just a little boy. First day at school. He's super nervous. He's hiding behind his dad's leg. He reassures him like, yo, it's gonna be okay, little man. And he gives him his favorite little alien stuffed toy. He walks into school. He's nervous, anxious. Everything looks big and new faces. At some point, he has to go to the bathroom. He's potty trained, but he's only ever going to the bathroom at home. He's nervous. He closes the door, sits down, closes his eyes, and then boom, a spaceship beams him out the window. And yo, it's the real life version of his alien stuffed toy. They go into space on like a colorful, crazy adventure. And that's where the Goldilocks theme comes into play, right? We meet a bunch of different aliens. A giant blobby one who does like massive poos, right? Astro can't use his loo because it's comically big. We get a little tiny, little weeny alien who does like little pebble poops. We throw in some jokes. Everything rhymes. It's about being different and comfortable in your own skin. And like, yo, everybody poops and that. And then Astro goes back to the school bathroom feeling confident, less anxious. He goes number 2. His dad picks him up and he talks about how excited he is to go back to school tomorrow. Cinema. The girl's story is alright, it's a bit boring, but the illustration is banging, and unfortunately they've lost the whole stripes concept. It's just like a basic story of a zebra's first day at school, that it is what it is. The books are about to get printed, and that's when Dan goes, guys, I just need to point something out. I need to bring up a point. I was counting the pages, and we're missing like 2 or 3 pages. And Kieran's like, why didn't you say anything before? But yo, it's too late, man. Pages gotta get sent to the printers, so the boys have 2 pages in their book with no illustration. Both teams go off to test their books in front of a group of kids. The boys team are fighting for their lives in front of these kids, man. One of the kids straight up goes, yo, this is not funny. Another kid goes, yeah, nah, it isn't. They're like, do you want to hear the story one more time, kids? They're like, nah. Yo, I feel sorry for the boys because it must be super discouraging. These are little kids. They are easily impressed. And not one of them is cracking a smile, bro. Not one of them. I think the boys overestimated the power of toilet humor. They thought these kids would be like, Astro wants to poop? Say what? But yo, these are not babies, man. They're not toddlers. Like with babies, you can just go and they'll burst out laughing, man. But 6-year-olds, yo, they're a little bit more sophisticated. They got Lilo and Stitch, man. They got books like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. They're not babies who just crack up at the word poop, especially when, like, that's the entire joke. Like, that's it. Like, what do you mean? The girls' team has a much better reaction. The kids like it, but they're not, like, blown away either. They're like, yeah, it's good, man. It's all right. What do you want from us, man? After the research with the kids, it's time to pitch the books to potential retailers. Hey, we got all the big boys there, man. Waterstones and all that. The boys rock up dressed like aliens. Markus is like a poop emoji mask on. Yo, they're representing. Their presentation is dope, man. They read the book, and you know, just looking around the room, man, you can tell, like, yo, they're not feeling it. Like, nobody's feeling it, bro. The girls' presentation is garbage, okay? Andrea fumbles over her lines, their story's mid, but like I said before, the illustration slaps. And yo, it's better than the boys, okay? So when it comes to pitching, obviously, the girls get more orders and they wipe the floor with the boys. Markus decides to bring back Kieran, Priyesh, and Dan into the boardroom, and they're all fighting for their lives. Kieran fumbled the whole sub-team leader thing, but he also did bring in the most sales, so that low-key saves him. Markus was the team leader. I think he did a great job, but the minute they locked in that story, it was like a dead-on-arrival situation. He's trying to plead his case, but it's like, nah, man, Lord Sugar does the finger point thing. Markus, you are fired. And yo, it be like that sometimes. So that was the episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give the video a like. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe so we can chop it up some more. And until next time, you take care of yourself, fam, because I love you.